Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo Ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius Moon, born in the year of the Metal Ram. All the possible Western Sun and Moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in an air sign. Basically motivated by intellectual concepts and social ideals. Recharges energy through social involvement and intellectual stimulation. Sun in Libra. Creative energy directed toward interpersonal relationships and initiating ideas. Needs to be recognized for impartiality, fairness, kindness, and ability to harmonize opposing energies. Radiates sociable, graceful, intellectual vitality and a refined sensitivity to beauty. Constant urge to create balance in one's relationships and lifestyle. Sense of individuality can be obliterated through overconcentration on pleasing others. The moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the moon sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in air signs. Reacts to changing experiences with forethought and objective evaluation. Feels comfortable with self when expressing ideas and interacting socially. Moon in Libra. Reacts with objectivity to the environment and all experiences with a strongly developed sense of fairness. Thinks before reacting, weighs all sides of a situation, which can contribute to indecisiveness. Finding balance and harmonization of polarities is necessary for emotional tranquility. Eager to please and to see the other's point of view. Feels secure when involved in close relationships, uncomfortable being alone for long. Emphasis on gracious demeanor can inhibit spontaneity of emotional reactions and real intimacy. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Libra. Gentle people, elusive sweetness masking a masculine strength. Ambitious but dependent too. Home ties very important. Unconscious motivation to be undisturbed by any friction, but peace at any price is hard to achieve because of the masculinity of Libra. Not apt to stand up for a principle if Mars isn't strong, for they want to be liked by everyone, so they are apt to be all things to all people. If Mars is afflicted to the moon, they will fight blindly rather than intelligently. Need for purification where motives are concerned. Need to be honest with themselves as well as with others. And a male chart attracts a positive type of feminine that will want to run the ship. Sun-Moon Alchemy, the elemental combinations of the sun sign and the moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Copyright Charles and Susie Harvey, 1994, again in 2003. First published by Aquarian, 1994. Each sun-moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a fire-earth combination refers equally to sun-fire, moon-earth, as it does to sun-earth, moon-fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. The four pure types, with both sun and moon in the same element, most vividly express the element involved. Such an emphasis on one element also represents an imbalance, so such types are liable to swing into their complementary or opposite element. Air-air combinations. Intelligent, gracious ladies and thoughtful gentlemen, double air types are the most reasonable, civilized, clear-headed of combinations. They are probably the most cultured and elegant as well, never at a loss for a word or comment, always ready for discussion and reasoned argument and debate. Being told this will not go to their head, for they are not normally prone to self-importance. That would be far too illogical for their poised and intelligent approach to life. The double air type assumes independence as his birthright. To be able to move and connect with ideas and people is the stuff of life for them. Witty, cerebral, urbane, and polite, the double air type is a natural communicator and thinker who prefers to soar in the ideal realm, where they can build social, political, or philosophical schemes that help improve humankind's lot. A thinker par excellence, the double air type finds security in taking the broad, intelligent viewpoint and stepping back in order to see the patterns and principles at work in the whirlwind of life's activities. They are an observer and theorizer of life, and their faith in the power of ideas is well exhibited by the British economist John Maynard Keynes, the sun in Gemini, the moon in Gemini, who said, "The ideas of economists and political philosophers, both when they are right and when they are wrong, are more powerful than is commonly understood. Indeed, the world is ruled by little else." This detached, observant mode is useful, but it often earns this type the accusation of being cold and unfeeling. Although others may experience double air in this way, the strongly airy individual insists, often at considerable length, that he is only doing what comes naturally, questioning, examining, and remaining open, fair-minded, friendly, and harmonious, and above all, communicating with whoever will listen and discuss. Shadow side. The double air type labors under the illusion that there is such a thing as complete objectivity and perfect impartiality. He is utterly honorable and, alas, childlike in his attempt to understand, analyze, and name everything. Childlike in that his feeling for life, because it is such a conundrum to him, tends to remain immature, undeveloped, and very often unconscious. The whole range of human feelings, hurt, anger, jealousy, dependence, fear, love, hate, tend to be avoided, repressed, or played down with great agility. The only possible exception is cheerfulness, which air is particularly good at. The rejection of the feeling dimension makes this type curiously sensitive and vulnerable to the waywardness of human behavior. The strongly airy individual can therefore be a real challenge in a relationship. It is not easy being the only one admitting to all those unpleasant and uncontrollable feelings, while your airy mate looks on with a cool, nonchalant, and maddeningly debonair gaze. The double airy individual weaves clever arguments, so you have to be subtle and careful when you try to bring his feelings to his attention. Relationships. The double air person is an adventurer and a traveler, if not geographically, then intellectually in some way. They will usually meet a wide variety of people throughout their lives and be attracted to adventuresome souls. Communication is paramount for this type, and they need mental rapport and mutual respect in a relationship for it to be satisfying and long-lasting. Air is compatible with Earth, and they make a good team, for they both approach life logically and practically. Fire and air stimulate each other in the realm of ideas and possibilities, but this relationship could lack stability and burn itself out. Air is fascinated by the watery individual, whose predominant feeling mode will help the airy person to get in touch with his mysterious emotions and to develop his imagination. Airy thinking and watery feeling are opposites, and yet because of that very fact, they are intensely drawn to one another. Male versus female. Traditionally, we expect to see the objective, witty, thinking characteristics of the double air type in men whose intellects make them leaders of thought and action. Women of this type are just as independent, inquisitive, and extroverted, and rebel when others try to peg them into more traditional female roles. Adaptability, ingenuity, and handling people with cunning insight and skill are double air virtues, and the female of this type can employ these qualities in both the home and the marketplace. Both sexes are often drawn towards learning and communication, as well as professional activities that allow for maximum freedom of movement and travel. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William Yu Wei's Cosmic Astrology. Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Libra, Moon in Libra. Party host. Your insightful inspection crushes the most impenetrable defense mechanism. You hate serenity because you are excitable and drawn to pleasure, no matter how blameless and saintly you may appear. You really love stirring things up. You will commence the most outrageous and contentious argument just to liven things up. You especially enjoy this when the chat slows down to an ordinary pace. You are endlessly fascinated with people, how they behave, what their clothes are, and why they do certain things. You do not have much time left to look within yourself. You can become overly interested in the lives and lifestyles of others. You will not give in until you have learned someone's innermost secrets, and not many get away from your observations once they have gotten your attention. Often you get into trouble with that desire for rumor and conspiracy, but if someone points a finger at you accusing you of interfering, you turn on that angelic charm. Venus luck comes immediately to your aid. Some of your actions are tricky enough to bring about violent action, but your charm typically prevents it. You somehow always manage to stay people's sweetheart, in spite of the difficulty you find yourself in or the individuals you disaffect. You have variable mood levels, and you need a lot of distractions. For long periods, you may be all energy and enthusiasm, and then suddenly drop into a dark hole of weariness and indecisiveness that can take weeks to get rid of. Be a little bit more moderate. You have strong parasitic inclinations, and it is important for Libras to get a lot of professional preparation as young as possible so that they can learn to practice their talents fruitfully. In the areas of human relations, particularly labor relations, writing, law, and social work, your perceptivity into human actions can be priceless. Furthermore, you have a sophisticated aesthetic capacity and can shine in art, jewelry design, music, and fashion. Your love life is vital to your general health, and you are quite romantic. It is important that you attempt as much as possible to maintain your emotional scales in balance. You can do this and have fun too. Think things through and scrutinize your own inner workings, and try allowing yourself some silent, relaxing moments. You have been blessed with a very good mind, astonishing diplomatic abilities, and a strong imagination. How you employ these things is another matter. Like all Librans, you favor comfort and ease to effort and accountability. Notes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign, Moon Sign. Sun in Libra, Moon in Libra. Your greatest strengths. Devotion to truth and justice. Ready kindness and companionability. Capacity to see your opponent's view. Artistic inspiration. A desire to uplift and encourage others with understanding and optimism. Your greatest weaknesses. A tendency to be indecisive. Insistence on civilized, rational discussion to avoid real emotional involvement. Dependency on others for your sense of well-being and confidence. Addiction to relationships. Image for integration. A prince and princess of warring tribes fall in love and marry, and 1,000 years of peace ensue.